All right, this is for day 13, page 1 and 2. Um, this is actually a mid-unit assessment. We didn't get to do this in the classroom, so we get to have to practice it now. The one I'm doing right now is Form A. The one you have is Form B. So I'm going to do Form A. And remember, they're the same questions, just with different numbers. So I'm going to show you how to do them, and then you have to do these on your own. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, for question number 1, it says, we have space now. For question number 1, it says, complete the table to show the number of white and yellow golf balls in a box, assuming the relationship is proportional. Whenever it says assuming the relationship is proportional, it just means that if you're skip counting by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that means that up here, they're going to skip count by a different number, but they're going to go in order as well. So it's just a fancy way of saying if you know the patterns will stay the same if they keep going. Now, right here, we know how many two yellow golf balls and how many 28 golf balls there is. So like if there's always going to be two yellow golf balls, there's going to be 28 yellow golf balls. I gotta take that off. Um, so I need to figure out how much one is, because once I figure out how much one, the ratio of one to something else, I can skip count by this number. So like if the number is 9, I can skip count by 9s going this way. So when I have this, and I need to figure out how much is one, it's when we do this. So 28 to 2, and I want to make this 2 into a 1. What do I do to the 2 to get a 1? I divide it by 2. So I do it to both sides. What's 28 divided by 2? So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. I can only do that because this is an even number. Whenever you divide by an even number, by 2, you can always do that like that, 1 by 1. Anyway, it would be 14 to 1. So it would be 14 white golf balls to 1. Now remember, this is not the answer. Yours is different. So make sure you find out how much yours would be for one of them. Now I now can skip on by 14s and go this way. But when you have a table, you're actually allowed to use the 14 to be multiplied by this number. So for example, 14 times 1 is 14, stays like that. 14 times 2 is 28, that works. 14 times 3 is 42. Yep, and let me just show you with the calculator so you can see it. So 14 times 2 is 28. 14 times 3 is 42. 14 times 4 is 56. But let's say you don't like using the calculator. You can just write a skip count on the side. So like 14. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, 4 plus 2 is 12. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, 3 plus 4 is 6. 3 plus 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. Whoa, I messed up. See how it should be 42? Huh, what did I do wrong here? Oh, so 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be 42. So I'll do it again. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 42. Now I do 4 plus 2 equals 6. And 4 plus 1 equals 5. Now I do 6 plus 4 equals 10. Carry the 1. 5, 6. One more is 70. So it should be 70. And then this one should be 84. The unit rate of white golf balls to yellow golf balls is, so the unit rate, how much is 1? Is 14. I guess we can write 14 to 1, but 14 is the answer they're looking for. Yours would be different for the number, but that's how we would have solved that question. Let's go to our next one, number 2. Simon, move this over here. Move it over here. I'm gonna move it over there. There we go. Now for this one, it says Simon buys 7 pounds of grapes for $11.20. He wants to know. He wants to know and use the unit rate of the cost per pound. So we need to figure out how much 1 pound is per pound. So this is the ratio, 1120 to 7 pounds. Okay. Now, I actually make this a little bit skinnier. All right. So tell whether each statement is true or false. It says use 7 and 11.2 to find the unit rate. Now, if we wrote the fraction, um, we would have to make sure that, see how it says per pound? That means the pounds are going to go second. But we have to make sure that if this is going to be true, it has to go in order. Our first number here, 11.20, would go in the beginning on the top of this fraction, and then the bottom, 7, would be it. So it looks like they have it theirs backwards, so this one would be false. 5 pounds of grapes cost $8. Okay, now that's going to be a tricky one because we need to figure out how much 1 pound is first and then multiply that to get 5 pounds. So right here, I'm going to divide it by 7, and I'll do it color-coded just so we don't get too confused because it's going to get a little bit confusing. So we're going to make this 7 pounds into 1 pound first. And actually, that'll help us find our unit rate as well. So it'll help us for both questions. So let's find out how much 1 pound is. So we're going to divide by 7 on both sides. 7 divided by 7 is 1 pound. 2, what is 11.20 divided by 7? Can I do it in my head? 7, 1, 4 left over, 42, 6, 1.60. Yep. So that would work out, actually. So we know that the unit rate is 1.6. 1.6, that works for 1 pound. Now, 5 pounds. We need to find out how much 5 pounds are. So for 5 pounds, it's going to cost us $8. To get from 1 pound to 5 pounds, we need to multiply by 5. And whatever we do to one side, we need to do to the other side. Right here, I guess just trust me in my math. Yep, that works. $8 to 5 pounds. 160 times 5. I'll do it just real quick. 160 times 5 is 8. It works out. So this would be true. Now, let's go to our next problem. For this one, it says Gabriela swam 84 lengths of the pool in 1 hour. So we got our ratio, 84 lengths in 1 hour. Which table correctly shows equivalent ratios for this situation? Oh, man. Look, they try to trick you by putting 15 minutes. But we know that the 1 hour is 60 minutes. So we're looking at this one. Let's see. 60 to 84. Yep, they all have the same one, meaning they all have 84 on the top. So 84 to 60, that ratio is correct. All right, let's see where else we can find mistakes. They divided the 60 to get 15. What did they divide the 60 to get 15? So usually 15, 30, 45, 60. That's skip counting 4 times. 1, 2, so 1, 15 times 1, 15 times 2, 15 times 3, 15 times 4. So I would have to divide 60 divided by 4 to get 50. 60 divided by 4 is 15. So that means that if I divided the 60, and this is what I'm doing in my head, if I divided the 60 by 4 and I got 15, this is my minutes, of course. This is my minutes. For this one, if I divide it by 4, 8 divided by 4, I get 2. 4 divided by 4, I get 1. That means that it's 21 lengths. So here we go. See how it's 21 here out of 15? This would be it. They all divided by 4 because 60 divided by 4 is 15. They have that part right. But when they did 84 divided by 4, not all their numbers came out the same. So for this one, it would be 21 out of 15. So length B would be correct. All right, let me save this real quick. No! Oh, yeah, I could save it. All right, that's fine. Let's open up a new one. We need form 2. Cool. Let's make this canvas size a little bit bigger. Oh. Yeah, violet height. I know. I'll fix it. I'll do it this afternoon. All right, let's zoom in. Let's see. It says Keegan. These white names. Keegan is painting his bedroom. To get the color he wants, he mixes 5 parts blue paint and 4 parts white paint. Okay, so we have the ratio 5 blue to 4 white. 5 to 4. Blue to white. Write the ratio of parts blue paint to parts white paint as a fraction. Okay, so the order is always the first number goes on top, the second number goes on the bottom. 5 to 4. Okay, then write the ratio of blue paint to white paint as a unit rate. As a unit rate. Unit rate means 1. It's gonna be tricky. So I need to make I need to make the then write the ratio of blue paint to white paint. So white paint is my second word. So white paint is going to be the one that I need to find one for unit rate. So it's going to be 5 to 4, and I need to make the 4 into a 1. So this white one needs to be a 1. I divide it by 4. I divide the 5 by 4. That's the part that's going to be tricky. So I'm going to do this. This one you're allowed to use a calculator. So I'm going to do 5 divided by 4, and I get 1.25. That means that the unit rate is 1.25. That's how much 1 is. Unit rate means how much is 1 for the white paint. This white paint right here. Let's go to part B. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see part B and see the whole question. So part B says, write the ratio of parts of white paint to blue paint as a fraction. So white paint goes first. White paint is 4. Blue paint is 5. Okay. Then write the ratio as a unit rate. So see how blue paint is second? My second word. White paint is first. 2. Blue paint is my second word. So I need to find out how much 1 is. Unit rate, how much 1 is for the blue paint. So for the blue paint, I need to figure out how much is 1 is. So I'm going to divide by 5 to get 1. And for this 4, I need to do the same thing. Divided by 5. So what is 4 divided by 5? Oh, I hope you guys can see that. It's 0.8. 0.8. Whoa. Let's zoom out a little bit. So, oh my god, I could have had more space. Sorry. So when I divide by 5 here, I get 1, which is my unit rate. How much is 1? And for my white paints, I get 0.08. That means that my unit rate is 0.08. I'm sorry, 0.8. Now part C. Oh, this is a long problem. All right. Let's zoom out then. Keegan determines how much blue and white paint he needs to cover his bedroom walls. If he needs 10 parts of white paint, use a unit rate in part A, okay, to find out how much blue paint he needs to get to the, okay, so the rate here was 1.25 to 1, and the 1 was my white. So my 125 is my blue. So he says if he needs 10 parts of white paint, so from 1 part to 10 parts. Ooh, can I hide this? Oh yeah, get out of here. Oh no, wait. There we go. So to get from 1 to 10, I multiply times 10. But I must do that to both sides. So when I multiply this by 10, 250, 1250. Let's see. So 1.25 times 10 is 1250. Or just move the decimal over once, and then you get 12.5. So that means that Keegan needs this many parts blue paint. So it needs 12.50 parts blue paint. Ooh, that one's tricky. All right, let's go to our next one. Oh, that was it. Cool. All right, well, good luck, people. That was a hard question. Again, we're going to stream this tomorrow. Well, not stream this, but I'll help you if you need help or anything. April Fool's Mister, don't have page 1 and 2. Where is that at? I do have 1 and 2, but not that one. Oh yeah, these are not the pages. They should look like these pages. I'll send you guys a text message with the pictures of the unit assessment if you guys need them.